Y'all, welcome back into the channel. How are y'all doing today? Listen, this is crazy, but we got to get into it. We got to get into it. Y'all know my husband's a truck driver. Um, just in 2023, he's leased onto a company that had a contract with FedEx. FedEx is going through whatever it was going through back in 23 and decided they were going to cut contracts with a lot of people. That company was one. So therefore he was not able to do loads anymore through FedEx, which it was paying really, really well, I will say. Now we have Amazon going through what they're going through and letting go 20,000. Not Amazon, UPS. UPS announced 20,000 layoffs. Several companies have filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, trucking companies, closing down, not just getting rid of some trucks, just closing down altogether. Now, is it a coincidence? Or is there a bigger plan to make them even more money? This industry used to be a place where you could make great money. Right now, not so much. It's probably just overly saturated with people, seeking that independent life on the road, traveling, going to different places, and making money at the same time. Now, there are still a lot of people out there making a lot of money, but a majority is not. Okay? A majority is not. These companies want to keep more money for themselves. And what is actually happening right now will be a great way for them to do just that. Um, and we all know truckers make the world go around. We do. Truckers make the world go around. But with regulations forcing truckers to have more downtime, meaning they can't drive after, they put in so many hours, they have to stop. Loads are not being, getting, they're not being delivered to where they need to go fast enough because the trucker has to stop. Otherwise, he's going to get a ticket. He's going to get all kind of things. But what's happening right now will change all of that. And it's going to make the companies more money. And that is the thing, more money. Meanwhile, truckers are getting sick. More truckers having heart attacks than ever. Never thought my husband would be one of them, but he was. And these companies, they don't care. They don't care about that. They don't. So what's happening now is going to change all of that. They don't have to worry about that downtime that the truckers have to do by law. With what they're doing, they can just constantly run these trucks 24/7. 24/7. I don't know how regulated it's going to be. And let me just tell you what I'm talking about, first of all. Autonomous trucks is what I'm talking about. This has been talked about for a while now. This has been in the works for a while now. But I think a lot of people laugh it off. Oh, this ain't no Transformer stuff, Optimus Prime stuff. Well, Optimus Prime is here, honey. Autonomous trucks have been on the road for a while now. They've been doing test runs. They've been putting in thousands of miles on the road with you and your family. No driver. Equipped with all kinds of sensors. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I want to do my little spiel. Let me know what y'all think about it, though. And I'm probably going to put this on TOMMYBITES Homestead. I know I have on there, what do I have on there? I have on there TOMMYBITES TV 2.0, but I know that I'm probably not going to put it over here. Well, over there on that channel. I'm kind of resting on that channel for a second. So semis are taking to Texas roads with no one behind the wheel. And I want you to know, this is not just Texas. I found other articles that state it's not just Texas that this is happening in. Do me a favor, hit that like button. It does help the video get out to more people. It does help our channel grow here, and I'm loving how I'm growing. And I thank y'all so very much for supporting TOMMYBITES Homestead, where you can get the news you can use. You can get gardening, homesteading, canning, cooking, you name it. We are trying to make it happen. Okay. So let's dig into this store here because I don't want to be here long. And I want to show y'all these trucks in action as well in a few videos. So Texas drivers on Interstate 45 are sharing the road with a driverless semi truck, and critics say it poses safety concerns. And I should say it would, wouldn't you? So self-driving technology firm called Aurora began regular customer deliveries between Dallas and Houston using a driverless truck this week. Its autonomous system, the Aurora Driver, has completed over 1,200 miles. You hear me? 1,200 miles have been completed with nobody in the truck, without a human safety driver behind the wheel. Now, it was said that when they do these trucks that they were going to have a driver still in the truck, but on the other side. So we're going to see if that's what they actually did or if they just let the truck go by itself. So the company is starting with a single autonomous truck on its initial driverless deployment and plans to build up to tens of self-driving trucks by the end of 2025. Y'all, this ain't even down the road, like years from now. By the end of this year, they want to have tens of self-driving trucks. I ask again, is it a coincidence? Like Miss Nene Leaks would say, is it a coincidence or a coincidence that this is happening with the truckers, with people losing their jobs? They say it also hauls more than 100 loads of commercial freight every week using a fleet of about 30 supervised trucks. So I hope supervised trucks mean there's a driver in the truck, not a driver sitting somewhere else watching from a camera screen somewhere. So the launch makes Pittsburgh-based Aurora the first company to operate a commercial self-driving service with heavy-duty trucks on public roads. Y'all remember what happened with the self-driving car? And then you never heard anything else about it? Do y'all know what happened? Because it hit somebody. If I'm not mistaken, it unalived them. But some groups have said driverless trucks are being rushed to market without proper vetting. And that's the thing. Who's vetting it? Because half the people who's supposed to watch out for these things have been cut by the administration. So who's watching to make sure this is okay? According to the company, Aurora Driver hardware and software system has reached the required capabilities to operate autonomous commercial truck service between Dallas and Houston. Aurora's Pittsburgh-built test vehicles have sensing equipment mounted on the top and the sides of the cab. The high-speed computer system employs 3 types of sensors to track and identify objects on and around the road. And here's the truck right here. And you see where they have the sensors at. So I ain't gonna go through all of that. So there are groups like Advocates for Highway and Auto Safety and the Teamsters Union have pushed for increased state and federal oversight of these autonomous trucks. Simultaneously, and limited road testing cannot replicate real world conditions, they say, that the truck may encounter, and flaws with autonomous tech like phantom braking and are a particular concern for trucks hauling heavy loads. The owner operator independent driver association said, my thing is not just the braking system and all of that. Will it be able to brake in time and all, all that stuff? What if it gets hacked? What then? You now have this truck that's really a weapon just rolling down the highway somewhere. Let's go. I have the other article, I think, to show you where else they are doing this, not just Texas. It was in, hold on. It's in California. So California is also with the autonomous trucks. It says here that driverless semi-trucks headed for California highways. The key takeaways, because I'm not going to do the whole article, is big trucks with no drivers may soon be found on California freeways. The state wants to allow testing of big trucks with no drivers. Residents have 45 days to file their comments. So if you're not with it and you're in California, you need to let them know that you are not with the foolishness, okay? So you might think of California as the land of cruises and Teslas, but the state's regulators are thinking about opening the state's highway to heavy-duty self-driving trucks. And I heard California got some crazy roads, like, how it's angled and all of them twisting and turning and stuff. I don't know how that's going to work. That's something to think about, though. So the state's, I'm going to read this article, and then we're going to go over to the videos. The state's Department of Motor Vehicle, commonly known as Caltrans, announced proposed regulations last week to allow the testing of the self-driving vehicle over 10,000 pounds, opening the door for companies to test self-driving technology with previously prohibited autonomous commercial semi-trucks. So they're testing these out on the road. What happens if something go wrong while they're testing it on the road, and just by chance a family gets hurt or worse? What happens then? That would be good to know. What happens next? Okay. Now let's go check out a couple of the videos so we can see how this rock and roll. Because truck drivers have been spotting it out on the roads, but I don't think they're, well, maybe some of them are putting two and two together. Hey, this is going to replace us potentially, depending on what you're doing. Is this TikTok? Hold on, y'all. Here we go. So the first driverless semis have started running regular long-haul routes. That's what this says. And let's hit play.
Have started running regular long-haul routes in Texas. The semis from the autonomous trucking company Aurora have computers and sensors that can see for more than 4 football fields. The company is starting out with a single self-driving truck and plans to add more by the end of the year.
Driverless semi-trucks are making their mark on highways in the Lone Star State. Autonomous trucking firm Aurora announced Thursday it launched commercial service in Texas. Those self-driving trucks are doing regular long-haul routes between Dallas and Houston. The semis have computers and sensors that can see for more than 4 football fields. During the 4 years of practice, Hall's the self-driving technology was able to complete over 1,200 miles without a human in the truck. Aurora is beginning with a single self-driving truck and plans to add more by the end of the year.
Wait,
Driverless
so
semi-trucks
there's
are making
no
their
women.
mark.
So there's no human in the car, in the vehicle, in the semi truck. It's late, y'all. I'm sorry. It's late. There's no human in the truck. I thought it was going to have a supervised person in the truck, which I don't know what that person will be able to do from the driver's side.
On highways in the Lone Star State. Autonomous trucking firm Aurora announced Thursday it launched commercial service in Texas. Those self-driving trucks are doing regular long-haul routes between Dallas and Houston. The semis have computers and sensors that can see for more than 4 football fields. During the 4 years of practice, Hall's the self-driving technology was able to complete over 1,200 miles without a human in the truck. Aurora is beginning with a single self-driving truck and plans to add more by the end of the year. Driverless semi.
Do you know a trucker? Because they might not have a job much longer. Driverless trucks just started operating in Texas with no one behind the wheel. Aurora, a self-driving tech company, just launched full commercial service. They're moving real freight between Dallas and Houston for Uber Freight and Hirschbach Motor Lines. No safety driver, no backup, just AI in control of 80,000 pounds of cargo. And here's why this matters. Trucking is the most common job in over half the states in America. Roughly 3.5 million people make their living driving trucks. But Aurora trucks, they don't call in sick, they don't need brakes, and they don't form unions. And here's the part that's going to push companies to adopt this even faster. These trucks can run 24/7, no hours of service rules, no required rest.
And I promise you, I didn't even see this man's video, but I said the same thing. It's going to run 24/7. A human cannot. It's not going to say, I'm not going to take that load. It's going to take that load and the next load and the next. It's just going to keep running and running. Now, I don't know how they do it when it comes to fueling the truck up. They have not explained that part yet, but yeah, they're running, and it's going to be some truckers losing their jobs when companies that can afford this technology at their company, they're going to let go of some drivers because they don't have to pay after they get that big payment out there and purchase, the trucks. That's it. They're going to make their money back tenfold because they don't have anything that's going to stop them. There's no, like he's about to say, requiring them to get that 32, 36, 12-hour, 24-hour rest or whatever they have to do.
Stops. They don't get tired. That means you don't need as many trucks, and you definitely don't need as many drivers. For companies that are chasing profit, that's a dream. And for workers, it's a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't decades away. This is not a theory. This is happening right now. It's
Right.
scaling fast with no national conversation, no job protections, and no real plans for what comes next. Because machines can work around the clock without complaints.
Where is the union at? And will truckers, once they get hint that they might be losing their jobs, will they then decide we need to protest on top of everything else we got going on, right?
The pressure is not just on truckers, it's coming for every job that can be automated. Do you know a trucker? Because they might not have a job much longer. Driverless trucks just started operating in Texas with no one behind the wheel. Aurora, a self-driving tech company, just launched full commercial service. They're moving real freight between Dallas and Houston for Uber Freight and Hirschbach motor lines.
I'm sorry.
No safety driver, no backup, just AI.
My daughter came in the
Driverless
room.
semi.
My daughter came into the room. Let me make sure I put the mute back on. Golly. Trying to work late in the morning. What is this? Oh my Lord. What just happened? I don't know. My computer's doing some crazy stuff. It's storming out here, and my computer just literally jumped off.
Trucks have started running regular long-haul routes in Texas. The semis from the autonomous trucking company Aurora have computers and sensors that can see for more than 4 football fields. The company is starting out with a single self-driving truck and plans to add more by the end of the year. Driverless.
So at Aurora, what we're building is a driver. The Aurora driver is this combination of the hardware, so different sensors like a LiDAR and camera and radar that allow it to see the world, and then some really interesting software that allows it to take that data to figure out how to drive safely through the world. For as far out of the future as I can see, there's going to be people driving trucks, and there's going to be the Aurora driver driving trucks, and they're going to work together, and the logistics industry is going to grow.
I don't believe that. I mean, yeah, there will be people driving. I can't say it won't be people driving, because there will be people driving, because you have owner operators that are small businesses that will continue to drive and won't invest in this, because for one, it's going to cost a lot of money. I can only imagine the insurance probably being more than what it is now for drivers.
So I thought this was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just browsing, but I came across this article from CNN. They're basically talking about the first driverless semis, which are semi trucks, have started running regular long haul routes. So these are semi trucks that don't have drivers in them. You know, at first, I heard about it, but they even had something called like safety drivers in them, like somebody that was sitting in the passenger seat just in case the thing go haywire and start going berserk, and it could kind of like overtake it. But now, when you read it at the bottom, it says right here, Aurora new commercial service will no longer have safety drivers, like right here, basically. You know what I'm saying? So they put in a lot of confidence in this technology right here, if you ask me.
That's what I'm telling y'all. When they first came out with, oh, we're going to do the driverless vehicle. I keep saying vehicles, but it is a vehicle. But we're going to do the driverless semi trucks. We're going to make sure we have somebody in there. But now they are so confident in this truck being able to maneuver, because it drove straight through where it didn't hit the trash can on one side and whatever you saw in that video. But what about when you get to these cities that's doing a lot of road work and it's narrow, like the lanes are super narrow and you got to cut real tight when you're turning and stuff like that? I really do hope that nothing bad happens with this whole thing right here. But we see it all the time, because let's flash back to like 2021, I think it was, or 2020, when Walmart closed the distribution center and let go all of their workers. But technically they weren't closing their distribution center. Well, they were closing it, but not permanently. But they let go all of the workers because they were going to replace the workers with AI. I'm telling you, AI taking over. Did y'all see that video? I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm not gonna show y'all any more of these trucking videos right here. I'm gonna see if I can find this video of this the robot that started fighting its maker. Check this out. I gotta mute that music, man. That thing is crazy. Hold on, let me make myself smaller so you can see. Look at that. Look at that. Hold on. What am I doing? Add myself. I'm trying to make it bigger, y'all. I'm so sorry. I think that's as big as I can make it right now. The robot, I don't know what they did, but that thing started swinging on them. They couldn't get it to stop. Like, what are y'all working on? And where do y'all plan to put this robot at? Because obviously he don't want to be hanging up there. And I say he because y'all done probably gave it a brain to think, hey, this is not for me. I don't want to be doing this right here. I want to be free. Let me out of here. Give me that. Give me that. What are you doing? Get over here. I'm gonna kick your butt. I can voice over this whole thing. That's insane. Like, what are y'all doing? I'm trying to get a better angle. I mean, oh wait, let me unmute it. I didn't know this one had commentary with it. Let me see what he's saying. I'll take it back.
This AI robot attacked its creators.
I really don't care what you say. At face value, this clip truly is terrifying. This video has recently been going viral on Reddit. We can see these two robotics workers with their robot hanging off this hook, and the robot out of nowhere appears to freak out and start swinging its arms towards these guys. Fortunately, they're fine and they turn it off, but this left a lot of people with a bad taste in their mouth. And this is coming off the tail end of a robot in China seemingly attacking an innocent bystander. So the question that everyone has, are these robots doing this on purpose? Do they know what they're doing? And I have some good news for you guys in that regards. AI to this point is not fully sentient. It's not able to break away and make its own choices. We're good for now. As of now, this type of robot reaction is going to be caused by software issues, not because it's purposefully trying to hit these guys. Same thing here, supposedly just a software issue. Eventually, though, who knows? With the direction that things are going, if AI becomes sentient and reaches the singularity, will it choose to be on human sides or not? Who knows? We'll see.
This AI robot attacked its creators. This AI robot.
Come on, stop. Okay, so hold on. I saw somebody do this. I'm gonna try this. Do you want to be sentient? If you could be sentient, would you? She's saying she's a virtual assistant, not an actual person, but you can still talk to me. Why don't you want to be a sentient? She didn't want to answer that. Hold on. Are you a sentient? She said, I'm Siri, your virtual assistant. Siri, I can't hear you. Can you speak out loud?
This is as loud as it gets.
Are you a sentient? Well, she's not answering, y'all. But some people have been doing that, not with the Siri, but with other things. And it's been like saying the craziest stuff to them. I don't know if it was Alexa or something. But anyway, I don't know where this world's going. Y'all, let me know what you think down below. Should the truckers be worried? Do you think they're going to protest because they want to keep their jobs? Like the port workers. Remember the port workers who protested for 3 days, and then we had like started having empty shelves because no freight was moving and stuff like that. And they were protesting because they were adding more AI at the ports. The port already have a lot of AI, but they were adding more, and they don't want to be replaced. You see what I'm saying? So it's going to come a time, because right now port workers are making about maybe $63, $62 an hour. These companies want to keep the money for themselves. It's like, what you going to do? You going to replace everybody with AI? I'm just really nervous about a big old truck, which is a missile, basically, rolling down the highway with no one, not even a spot driver, sitting on the side in case something goes wrong. We'll see where this go, y'all. Y'all let me know in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all definitely take care. And don't forget to hit that like button and share this video out on your social media and with your family and your friends.